Is this the best speed loader in 2025? And more importantly, which speed loader is right for you? Is it an auto loader like the EMG Autobot that everyone's been talking about? Is it just a very simple manual push loader? Or is it a Sidewinder loader? Most popular being the Odin loader. In this video, we're going to go through what each speed loader does and who it's right for, like what type of player would use each of these, which speed loader is right for you, the player watching. If you just want to learn about the EMG Autobot, if you know about your speed loaders and you just want to find out more about this really popular speed loader, this is the fastest selling product for both 2024 and 2025 so far here at BZ. So if you want to just learn about the EMG Autobot, just head to the time that's on the bottom of the screen. But if you want to learn about speed loaders in general, if you're a new player and you want to know which speed loader is right for you, keep watching. So we're going to be covering 3 different styles of speed loaders in this video. Starting out with the simplest one, the most, I would say, the most in use one, the most common one is probably the best way of saying it, is the push manual speed loader. So what are these for? Well, for a start, they are for everyone basically. Any airsofter, you're probably going to end up with one of these in your time playing airsoft. These come free with a lot of guns. A lot of guns will have one of these inside the case for you. So most of the time people don't even buy these, you just kind of end up with one. But if you want to buy one, if you buy a gun that doesn't come with one included, they are very cheap to purchase. They start from about £8 or £9 here at BZ, I believe. You can get small ones like this KWA one, or you can get a large one like this New Pro one, which holds 500 rounds, like the gun magazine style one. What are the uses of this one? Well, basically, this is going to load most magazines. So you've got yourself an M4 mag. Also, this is only for mid caps. This, if you've got high cap magazines where it's got like a winding wheel on the bottom, I haven't got one here to show you, but if you've got a high cap magazine with a winding wheel, most likely you've got like a top that opens up and you just pour BB straight into it, so you don't need it. But if you're running a mid cap, like this EPM one short, where that's where the BBs go in, this is what you need. We do get a lot of new players coming in the shop and saying, why do I need a speed loader, or why do I need to pay upwards of £50 plus for a speed loader like this when I can get one for £9 like this one? That's what we're kind of going to explain in this video. So manual loader obviously does what it says. You just put it there and you just push. Simple as that. Nice and easy. It just feeds straight in. No matter what type of mid-cap your magazine that you're running, this is going to work just fine. It is going to push right in there. Obviously, the more BBs that you load inside of one of these, the harder it's going to be to push. But even with something like a really high capacity mid-cap, like this EPM1 RX, which is 250 rounds, this is the highest capacity you can get for a mid-cap M4 magazine. Even when you're loading one of these manually with this, you will get it right to the top, but it is going to be harder and harder to press. And you've got to think, if you're using one of these and you're filling up 250 rounds, it's going to take you a long time. So if you've got a high capacity magazine, we wouldn't recommend using one of these really. We recommend having one of these just in case as a backup. These are always going to work for you, or if you need to top up your mags, we're going to go over that in a second with the Odin Sidewinder speed loaders about topping up. But if you're using M4 magazines and a higher capacity, this is going to do you fine, but it's going to take you a long time. However, if you're running something like a pistol mag, where it's a very low capacity, where it's like 22 to 30 rounds or whatever, this is going to do you just fine. Obviously, you just pull back your pistol magazine and you put the BB straight in there. That's going to do you just fine. We usually refer to these as pistol speed loaders. So great for if you're using pistols, and they're also useful if you're using like a gas magazine, which only has like 30 or 40 rounds. So if you've got like a really low capacity magazine, like a pistol mag or a gas mag, then these will do you just fine, or a VSR magazine if you're a sniper. But if you are running gas mags, please do make sure that you have a speed loader that comes with a gas magazine attachment on it, like this ASG one. ASG make a really nice manual speed loader. We don't have any in stock at the moment, unfortunately, but they come with a GBVR attachment included. I believe most of the bigger style mag adapters, I think most of the bigger style manual speed loaders come with a GBVR adapter included, but you'll also find that with a lot of gas blowback guns like VFC, Tokyo Marine stuff, they'll come with a manual speed loader included that will have a gas magazine adapter in there. So who needs one of these? Well, basically every airsofter should have one of these just in case, but if you're going to use this as your main speed loader, if this is going to be your only speed loader, I'd only recommend these if you've got a very low capacity magazine where it's not going to take you too long to fill it up. So 20 to 30 rounds max. Snipers, pistol users, gas blowback exclusive users. Basically, if you're using an AAG, if you're using a rifle, you're not going to want one of these. You're going to want something a bit bigger than this. So the next step up, and it's a big step up in price, is a Sidewinder speed loader. This is one from our tech center. Obviously, this is how it comes brand new. This lovely Gunsmoke grey. I really like this color. So this is the Odin Sidewinder. £50. Big step up from that $8.99 of the manual speed loaders, but it does exactly what you need it to do. This is probably the best manual speed loader on the market. You can get cheaper variations of the Sidewinder speed loader. Other companies do make them, but by far these are the most popular manual speed loaders, Sidewinder speed loaders, for good reason. They've got the good reputation, they work really well, and also when 50 quid, yeah, it's going to be more than other brands, but they're going to work, they're going to last longer than other brands, so you're not going to have to rebuy. We do see this quite a lot. We have people come in and say, I bought a cheaper version of this and it broke very quickly, so I'm just going to upgrade to an Odin. Trust us guys, we see it all the time, so don't buy twice, just buy an Odin. If you're going to go for this style of speed loader anyway, we'll go into why you'd make one of these speed loaders. Good thing about these, a plus about these, is obviously, not obviously, but plus about these is that it is actually very easy to get repair kits for them. So say like something does break inside of one of these things, we sell Odin speed loader rebuild kits. They're pretty cheap, so you can get your hands on them and you can easily repair one of these, keep it running. So even if it does break on you, which hopefully it won't, but even if it does break on you, it's easy enough to swap out some parts. And you can get yourself a universal adapter for these things. So we're getting ahead of myself a bit there, but have a look at the Odin Sidewinder. So this is specifically designed for M4 mags. So put an M4 mag in there and start winding. This is our tech speed loader. It's taken an absolute battering over the years, so it doesn't load very quickly, but it does the job just fine. There it is. You can load. Obviously, I haven't loaded this all the way through, but that is the best manual speed loader you can get. And a new one fresh out of the box will load a lot smoother than that one. But one great thing about this is that it's still quite compact. You can fit this in your vest, in like your plate carrier or something, so you can actually take this out on the field. Same with one of these. Obviously, that's going to just fit in your pocket or in your plate carrier or whatever. This will slot into a mag slot, or should do. So if you need to reload on the field, these are your best options, really. Or even obviously a mag size speed loader that's going to fit straight into your plate carrier. So if you want portability, this is probably the best option for both performance and portability. There is one downside to these though, guys. If you're running one of these beauties, you're probably going to struggle with an Odin Sidewinder. So the EPM1RX is the most popular M4 mag in Airsoft. Not only that, this was actually our biggest selling product overall in 2024 and 2023, maybe 2022 as well. So in the entire shop, both paintball and Airsoft, this sold more than anything else. This is an updated version, but the EPM1 is the most popular product that we sell. So a fair few people are running these, but because of that super high strength spring in there, one of these is gonna struggle with an EPM1RX, a 250 round mid cap. So we do not recommend filling one of these all the way to the top with an Odin Sidewinder. We have people who've said that they just fill them like to about 80%, 90% capacity, and then they'll top it off with one of these. So that's why we recommend always having one of these just in case. So You could fill it part way. If you are insistent on using one of these and you run EPM1 mags, then you can fill it most of the way and then top it off with a manual push speed loader, or you can just fill it up most of the way. You're still going to get about 200 rounds out of it, so that's still going to be plenty for most people. But if you are insistent on using EPM1 RXs, then and you want to fill it right to the top, you want an easy way of filling it right to the top, this probably isn't the best option because it is going to ruin the teeth on your speed loader. However, if you're looking for a 250 round mid cap that does load manually with a Sidewinder speed loader, we do recommend these Amarok 250 mags. Again, this is not the smoothest Odin speed loader on there. If you use a fresh or somewhat fresh Odin speed loader, these are going to load a lot smoother than this one, because this one has been in use for several years now. It's took an absolute beating, as you can probably tell. But these are the new Amarok 250s. They've only been out, there we go, that's fully loaded. These have only been out a few months now, but you'll have probably seen these on the channel if you're a long time subscriber, if you watched a few of our videos. We've done a full video about the Amarok 250s. So this is a 250 round mid cap, same capacity as the EPM1 RX, but as you've just seen, even though it was a bit clunky because of the absolute state that this thing is in after the battering's taken over the years, this will fill to full capacity from a manual speed loader, from a manual Sidewinder speed loader. So if you've got an Odin speed loader and you're looking for a 250 round mid cap that you can load comfortably with your Odin, get yourself some Amarok 250s. We have shot Amarok 250s more than any other magazine over the last few months. We really put them through the paces when they first arrived here at BZ in December. We wanted to make sure that these were good. They were a brand new product to the market, so we wanted to put them through the paces. And we've probably shot these at least 3 dozen times. And every single time I've shot an Amarok 250, I've loaded it up with an Odin speed loader. So this thing, it's not just a one-off like loading it just for the camera. We've loaded these, every single time we've loaded one of these, we've used an Odin speed loader. So, you know that these will load comfortably with an Odin speed loader, and it's done no damage to the Odin. It's already battered anyway, and even in the state it's in, it's still loading these very comfortably. I'll just try and top one off. It should be at full capacity. Yeah, if I try and show that, try and put another magazine, another BB in there, it's not having it. So that's at 250 rounds, and that was pretty quick, even with like the fact it's a bit janky and it's a bit stiff. It's still loaded at 250 rounds pretty quick. So that gives you an idea of how quick the Odin speed loaders are. If you're not using a 250 round mid cap like a EPM1, if you're just using a standard AG M4 mag, then, or you're using an Amarok 250, this is probably going to be the best option for you. This is what you'll need. And also, as we mentioned earlier, you can get a universal adapter kit. So obviously these are only made really for M4 mags, but you can get a universal adapter kit. I'm not going to tell you that these things are absolutely perfect and they're going to work bang on with every single magazine. They do work with most magazines, and there are some magazines where you will have to like load them at an awkward angle. So they're not like 100% perfect, but they're pretty cheap to get. We sell them here at BZ. I think they're about £20 off the top of my head. I could be completely wrong. I didn't do my research before filming, amateur hour. But yeah, you can get yourself a universal adapter. So these will fit most magazines with the universal adapter, but it's not going to be bang on 100% perfect. But pluses of these is they're easy to use, a lot easier to use and a lot quicker to use than just pushing down on that repeatedly. They're pretty robust, they're easy to get parts for, they're easy to take out on the field with you, they're not going to take too much room on your kit, so if you need to reload on the field, then this is a great option. They come in a range of cool colours as well. We've got the black here, we've also got the Gunsmoke grey. They do have all the colours available, we don't have them in stock right now. And with a universal adapter, they will fit most magazines. But there is an even more powerful option than this. We showed you at the start of the video. It is the brand new EMG Autobot. This is taking the airsoft world by storm, and that's not really much of an exaggeration, because this is the fastest selling product of both 2024 and 2025 so far here at BZ. It's a compact 1400 round speed loader. it's obviously, you can see there, it's battery powered. It's got an on-off switch on it. You put your BBs in the top there, and then you put your magazine on the top there. We'll show you it loading in a second, but you basically place your magazine on top there, and then you start loading. What's great about, I'll show you the full features in a second. I have forgot to bring a battery with me to power this thing with. I'm really not on the ball today, guys. It's first thing in the morning recording this. I'm just getting over a cold. So I will go get a battery and show you this thing in action. But go over some features of the EMG Autobot. So as I say, 1400 rounds. Then you've got your mag, where the BBs come out. The BBs come out and fill your mag. What's great about the Autobot, guys, is obviously this one here is for M4 magazines, but you get 4 mag adapters included. So these will fit most magazines. You get like an M4 mag adapter in there. I think you get an MWS mag adapter, maybe a VSR mag adapter, pistol mag, something. You get 4 different mag adapters, so this will fit most magazines. You can load pistol mags on it. We've done that before. Basically, we did a series of reels and shorts where people just asked us, does the Autobot load these magazines? And if we had that magazine handy, we'd put it on top and we'd load it. We didn't find a single magazine that we couldn't load with it. I'm struggling to think of any magazines that won't fit this. If anyone's used an Autobot and has found a magazine that won't fit, please let us know in the comments, and we'll obviously flag that up on our socials check the comments if you want to know if anyone's had any problems with these. But we've had great feedback on these from people who've owned them. We've sold hundreds and hundreds of these, and they've sold really, really fast, and people are absolutely loving them. One of the great things about this, obviously, you can load any magazine with it pretty much, so that's really useful. It's got a high capacity with 1400 rounds. Also, this is LiPo battery powered, so it's nice and powerful. I'm going to show you that in a second when I go get myself a battery to power this with. And also, this has got CNC metal gears inside of it, so it's nice and robust. This thing isn't going to break on you very easily. We're going to compare that to the Lilac Speedloader. So this EMG Speedloader is $109.99 in the UK. It might sound like a lot for a Speedloader to some people, but when you consider that these are 1400 quid, these have a 1400 round capacity. They'll load pretty much any magazine. They're nice and powerful. They're compact. They're made from a robust polymer shell. They've got CNC steel gears in on the inside, so they're not going to break on you easily. It's not too bad of a price overall for what you're getting, because this, as I say, is blown people away. It's extremely popular for a reason. We got some of these in earlier this month, and we sold 375 of them in less than 24 hours. That's how popular the EMG Autobots are. We'll show you them in use in a second, but there is an alternative. There is a cheaper auto speedloader. This is the Lilac Satellite Speedloader. I believe it came before the EMG Autobot. I'll just open it up for you guys. So this does exactly the same as the EMG Autobot, but it is £80 rather than $109.99, so it is £30 cheaper. It does come with 4 adapters, exactly the same as the Autobot. It just comes with 4 adapters to fit on the top. I'll show you the packaging there, guys. There you go, 4 adapters. I think it has a 1300 round capacity, so slightly less than the Autobot. But the big difference between the big difference between this and the Autobot is that the Autobot has CNC steel gears. This has plastic gears, so it's not as strong as the Autobot is. And also, this is LiPo battery powered. This is AAA battery powered. So this is easier to get batteries for the general person. Like, everyone's got a drawer full of AAAs in their house, but as you can imagine, being powered by AAAs versus being powered by a LiPo battery, this thing is less powerful than the Autobot, which is reflected in the price. It's 30 quid cheaper for a reason. So this, even Lilacs themselves recommend that you do not use these with an EPM1 RX. So If you are someone who's got EPM 1 magazines, we don't recommend getting the Laylax autoloader. We recommend going for the EMG Autobot instead if you're looking for an autoloader. But if you're just loading pistol mags, gas mags, even the Amarok 250 mags, low capacity mid caps, the Laylax autoloader will serve you just fine. It's nice and compact. It's not as powerful as the EMG Autobot, so it won't load as quick, but it's still going to load it quicker than most manual speed loaders. So as long as you're not running the EPM 1 RX or the classic EPM ones, then the Laylax autoloader will serve you just fine, really, for every other type of magazine. But if you're running EPM ones, or if you want the fastest loading experience possible for a compact loader, get yourself an EMG Autobot. We're going to get ourselves a LiPo battery to power this thing. I'm going to show you in action. And we're back, guys. Sorry about that. We have now got a battery hooked up to the EMG Autobot. For the eagle-eyed viewers out there, you may be able to see that this battery doesn't actually fit inside the EMG. Well done if you spotted that. But yeah, this is one of the downsides of the EMG Autobot. The battery compartment size is really small. It is listed on our website, so if you are buying an EMG Autobot, please be aware of that. You will need to get a battery that fits inside of that compartment, especially if you're taking this to sites. If you're only loading your mags at home, then just having your batteries just hanging loose like we've got here, that should be absolutely fine. So if you've already got 11.1 battery or 7.4 battery that fits with a Dean's connection, then it'll be absolutely fine. It's not going to cause any harm. As I say, it still sits perfectly fine on a flat surface, even with the batteries, with these nunchuck batteries hanging out. But obviously, if you want a battery that fits into the compartment and closes, and so you've got a nice compact full package, as we say, then you need to get yourself a small battery. The only batteries that we've got that physically fit inside of the Autobot are our Rebel Precision HPA batteries, but those are GST connection, so you would need to get a GST to Dean's connection. But regardless, I'm going to show you how, this is just for showing you how the Autobot works, how well it works with the hardest load magazine to load, hardest M4 magazine to load in Airsoft, the EPM 1 from PTS. We're not going to show you this thing like loading a pistol mag and a gas mag and a sniper mag and an MWS mag, etc, etc, etc. That's not what this video is. We did do a video on the Autobots last year. It was pretty poor quality, I'll be upfront about that, but we did load a few different types of magazines in there, so go watch that if you haven't already. There are several other people on YouTube who have done videos loading loads of different magazines. With the EMG Autobot. Jaeger Precision does one really well. I'll link that in the description. I hope I've said that name right, but Jaeger Precision does one. Link in the description, go watch that if you want to see this being loading loads of different types of mags. But anyway, we're just going to show you how it works, how fast it can load an EPM 1 RX. So if you remember earlier in the video, we said that you couldn't really load one of these with an Odin Speedloader, and you couldn't really load it with the Laylax version of this as well, the autoloader, but the Autobot should handle it just fine. With a fresh out of the bag EPM 1, you might have a little bit of a struggle with those last few BBs, but with one that's been used a little bit, like this one we've got in my hand, should be absolutely fine. So we've got our battery connected, we've got our M4 mag adapter on top, and there are some BBs in this already, as you can hear. Bit of Airsoft ASMR for you there, guys. It's full of Rebel Precision 0.25 gram BBs, the best damn BBs on the planet. Maybe we should do a full video about BB quality in the future. Let us know if that's something you want to see, guys, in the comments. But I'll just top it off with a little tiny adorable bottle of BBs from our tech center. So BBs go in the top there, very nice and easy to load. Close that thing up, make sure you turn it on the side, and then put it on a flat surface. I'll move that back a little bit. Get your magazine of choice. In this case, it's EPM 1 from PTS. As you can see there, no BBs already in there, completely empty. And then 1, 2, 3, just stick it on the top there, press it down. You may be able to hear it on my microphone that this thing's whirring away. And if you give this a second, you can see that the capacity counter is starting to move. And there we go, completely full. 250 rounds in less than 20 seconds, I'd say that is. And as you can see there as well, guys, it just stopped. It has a stop feature. When this is fully loaded, this thing will kick you off. It's not going to just keep trying to load and load and load where there's no space to load. If I try and take this fully loaded mag and I just put it on there, it's just going to, well, you can get a grub screw to secure these things in. I will say it does come with a grub screw so you can secure your Autobot in. So, but that just shows you how much of a kickback it'll give you if you try and load something that is already fully loaded. I'll show it again. Try and load that. It's not going to do it. It's just going to create like a backlog of BBs at the top there. So there it is, nice and easy to use. EMG Autobot, fully loaded, 250 round EPM 1. But what if you have some spare BBs left at the end of the day? You've already took your battery out of your gun, you've already put your gun away, you've got BBs left in your magazine, you can't shoot them out, what are you going to do? Well, obviously you could just do that and put them straight in a bin or whatever, or try and aim them in your bottle and they'll spray everywhere and they might not get in. That's with a great feature of the Autobot. All 4 of the adapters that you come with that can fit onto the where you load magazine, they also fit into the ammo slot. So just fit it onto the where you put your BBs in, and just take your magazine and press it. We've got a nice empty mag in a matter of about 2 seconds there, guys. So really great feature on the Autobot. The Lilacs version does also have this, I believe, off the top of my head. But that is just so easy to use, nice and powerful. It will load basically any magazine that you've got. One downside obviously is the battery compartment and also the portability. So this is quite portable, but you can't take this out onto a game with you. You're gonna have to leave this in a safe camp. So if you are looking for a Speedloader that you can take out with you, if you plan on loading while you're playing, then you're going to have to get yourself an Odin, or at the very least have a manual Speedloader. But the Odin is probably the best. For manual Speedloaders, this is the best option. If you're not running M4 mags, you're just running very low capacity mags, then this should do you just fine. But if you're loading in a safe camp or you're loading at home and you've got a variety of magazines, or if you just want to load in the quickest way possible without breaking the bank too much, the EMG Autobot is the best option. EMG Autobot as well, a great option for teams. Like if you've got a small team, or even if you just got like 1 or 2 friends, you're all shooting the same weight BB, then you could club together and get one of these, and you can just use this as like a communal fill station. We know a couple of Speedsoft teams have got these. We've even got like 1 or 2. They've got more than one of them, so there's like multiple loading stations. Obviously, if you're Speedsoft, you're going to be shooting 0.25. So if everyone's shooting the same BB, they can club together, get a communal Autobot or a couple of different Autobots. Obviously, the other option of that, if you're not aware, that you can get the Vanguard loader. That is the best speed loader on the market. There's also Ace Tech have done a version of a Vanguard loader as well. That's, if you don't know, it's an electronic speed loader. It's a huge, great box, and it can even load to like whatever. You can set how many BBs you want it to load, and it'll automatically load to that capacity. It is quicker than an EMG Autobot, but it's also about it's also at least 3 times the price as an Autobot. So obviously, if you've got the money to pay for it, the Vanguard is a better speed loader. But if you're looking for a compact speed loader and you don't want to break the bank too much, if you're just loading for yourself, the EMG Autobot is the most powerful option. One downside of the EMG Autobot versus something like an Odin is that swapping BB weight is a bit more difficult. So like obviously, if you're someone who runs more than 1 different weight at a time, then it's going to be a lot easier to switch out your weights with an Odin or a manual loader versus the Autobot. But if you're only running 1 weight, especially if you've got various different types of magazines, then the EMG Autobot is a fantastic option. We're really impressed by these guys. So we'll just summarize the 3 different types of speed loader and what they're for. So basic speed loader, everyone should have one. You'll probably get one with a gun at some point. But if not, they're very, very cheap to buy. Great little backup just in case one of your main speed loaders breaks down. Or these are great for low capacity magazines like pistol mags and gas magazines and sniper magazines as well. But move up to the Odin speed loader. These are great for people who want a quick, easy way of loading out on the field. The best manual speed loader you can get, 50 quid. You can get a universal adapter for it. These are made specifically for M4 mags. So if you're running M4s, this is ideal. But if you're running EPM 1s, not ideal because it won't fill all the way really unless doing a bit of damage to your Odin. So if you're running under 250 round capacity, unless you've got an ammo of 250, but if you're running a lower capacity mid cap, this will do you just fine. You can get rebuild kits nice and easy for them. But if you want the quickest way to load any mag without having to shell out for hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a Vanguard or an Airsoft speed loader, then EMG Autobot is the best option, really. You can also get the Laylax speed loader for 80 quid. Only get one of these if you're not running EPM 1s. If you are running EPM 1s, definitely get yourself an EMG Autobot. And that's about it for Speedloaders today, guys. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much, and hopefully I give you all the information that you need. But as always, if you have got more questions, please do leave them in the comments for us. Bit of a different video for us to get, guys, a bit of a different setup. Let us know what you thought of it. Obviously I embarrassed myself by not bringing a battery with me, but other than that, I think it went all right. So yeah, what speed loader are you running, guys, as well? If you were a long-time airsofter, let us know in the comments what speed loader you're running as well. But then again, if you're a new airsofter, let us know what your questions are about anything airsoft related, even if it's not about speed loaders. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to BZ Tactical for more airsoft content, and as always, thanks for supporting us.